All praise be to the Most High, living one. I don't serve none that Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakadash, Barakatah. I say, Father Abba, above, below, beyond all, my baby, straight up. Now, this the thing, It's nothing to boast about. I don't like boasting. But when things come into your remembrance, when they come into your remembrance, because he says you shall awaken, and so once you awaken, right, you take a step back, you look at things, you see your family walking around in the flesh and bone, but we don't wrestle with flesh and blood. You know what I mean? You don't do that. Why? For what? You know, the spirit ain't there. Mind ain't, for the war begun in the heavens, right? So who you see the ones you related to in the flesh. You done met some of them. Not all of them, because people go out there and they, pop off. I left one behind, or two or three. But anyway, me stay on track. But who can tell you who you're related to that once walked in the flesh, in the spirit? In the soul that the Most High gave them, you know what I mean? Who's your ancestors, that type of thing. Who do you feel close to? Is it Moses? Is it Aaron? Is it Abraham? Is it all of those? They say Jacob, Jacob, you know what I mean? That's what I feel related to, you know what I mean? I feel like they commune with me on the heights above I. Because it's always someone above I, but no one's above the Most High, I say. And so, they say, I'm taking things so personal. Well, I do. Look at the state of the world. There's chaos everywhere. People marching down the streets still hating because of the color of your skin, they say. But what do you do about that? Nothing. You ain't supposed to do nothing. Some people don't understand that the Father gave them a lot. He gave them a lot, more than others, right? He gave them more than others, and they don't recognize and be thankful that He done that thing and share it with their brother. But because we're all here, right, on the earth, the four corners. He said the words that go through the four corners of the earth. If you ain't a part of it, you ain't a part of it. Hell, I don't think it's a place. No, I don't think it's a place where it's fire, but it is fire in places. You can start a fire, can't you? But okay, it's a state of conscience being separated by. I'm assuming it's a separation from the Most High, living one. Does He live in all of us? Does He dwell with all of us? I don't think so. And the reason why I say that is because of how a person speaks to you and talk to you. Who's dwelling inside of you? If you don't believe what I believe, it's not a problem. It's not a problem. But people can look like you, but not feel like you feel, I have empathy for those, some of those people, because you're lost, and I am not lost. I ain't asking for no handouts. My breath is my breath. When it's gone, it's gone. Hopefully I'll be strong until that day, and then when I'm about to lay down and take that rest, I'm about to do that. Personally, I'm just saying, who will be by my bedside if no one's there? I want to always know that the Most High is right there close, ready to receive me back into His warm embrace. If you understand that, you know what I mean? But anyway, look at the state, the chaos, the people. Well, it's not really people in the streets out here like that. They were. When the George Floyd thing was popping off, people was out everywhere. I think that popped off everywhere. It's just like enough's enough. J-Lo, enough, man. promotion. Yeah, so, yeah, I can't say what the Most High gave to another person. Yahweh, you know, my Lord Yahweh Shah. I can't say what's in store for another person until I start talking to that person. Then that person start talking to me, they might think the same thing, like, yeah, you about to get your butt whooped by the Most High. I mean, who can say who's above who here, you know? In what room? You know, you're in the room I in. If you come to my house, I'm the highest. Should be treated as such. Respect. Now I show some hospitality. You need something to drink, brother, on your journey. You need a sandwich, a doggy bag, type of thing. I ain't got no problem with you. But people cause problems. And you know, they're the father seed, right? That's how it's work on you, your father's seed. You know, with all this strife and animosity and control, complex, man. It's just the, yeah, say the God complex, yeah, the God complex. You know what I mean? I understand. I understand. You wanna, you know, feel like you're high up and lifted up. You are successful in the type of thing, you know. That you're not in lack of anything, you know. Or it's that type of feeling, you know. But when you're in a lack of something, you're out here doing stuff and trying to get stuff together, trying to save somebody, you know. It's a non-believer who came and made that great sacrifice for us. I say, Yahweh Shah. And so, what I gotta do? Wait for it patiently, right? Personally. That's what I have to do. You know, someone they walk on what we're going to eat together, drink together. Unless, you know, it's some kind of other altercation going on. He got an attitude, she got an attitude, whoever it be outside of me personally. It's just my thoughts on the thing. Because no one knows what's embedded in the person, imprinted in their spirit and in their soul, not just in their DNA, their blood. Life is in the blood. I mean, if you spill mine, I'm probably lose my life, type of thing. So, personally, I just say someone outside of me would have to do that unless I did that myself. You know, I take a razor and slit my wrist. Why you want to go and do that there? You know, I don't even like, you know, biting my tongue. You know, I say, you know, have you ever done that? Bit your tongue, hurt, right? You know what I mean? I don't feel good. You know, and people run around and say, hey, put something in mine. It's okay. Do what you want, but I'm cool. Yeah. But, yeah, personally, they wanted to do that. There's many people, right? Piercings. You know, someone else was pierced, right? Supposedly on the side is pierced, you know, blood gushed out. Or was it water? You know? But anyway, did the spirit just leave the body and go back to which it came from? You know, my body is here. Do I have control over it? Does someone else? And who is the other person? So 2 or 3 I gather, there shall I be in the midst. I'm going to be there and going to be there until I'm not. You know what I mean? So it's me, you, and the Most High, and then another. It's a lot, right? Prophets out here doing the work out there on the highways and the byways and rain, sleet, the snow, like the mailman. You know what I mean? I think, you know, I am. I'm in the alley though. There ain't no alley right though. You know what I see? But yeah, life is life, and who's been lifing for you? Or I mean, with you? Who's been doing life with you? You know what I mean? Well, you know, I choose to say all of my ancestors that dwell with the Most High under you know, his children. His children cannot be his children. They're going to always be his children. Flesh and bone, spirit and soul. No one can take that away from them. It was gifted like faith. I say, stand in your power and speak in great boldness. If it pleases the Most High, live in one. Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah, Bahashim Rakadash, Barakatha, Father Abba, Bob Below Beyond all, Shalom.